Bret Hart and Shawn Michaels were polar opposites. From the beginning, the groundwork was laid for a fierce rivalry.
I just want to say one thing, Shawn Michaels. I can promise you for 60 minutes, you were in for the absolute worst pounding of your entire life.
The historic Iron Man match did nothing to settle their issues. In fact, it only fueled the fire.
Just because I choose to live my life openly and freely does not make you a better man.
As the taunting unfolded, their bitter feelings intensified.
You're nothing but a degenerate.
You're the most arrogant, pompous guy I've ever seen. I thought I could do it. You way outdo me, pal.
You'd like to hit me, but you don't have the insides to do it. And this here is what it's all about. And until you have this, you will never, ever, ever be the showstopper. Bret Hart, you are a zero, my hero. I'm gonna kick your little scrawny ass.
A story full of twists and turns saw Bret Hart's contract negotiations become the focal point of what would become their final encounter.
Everybody just keeps turning a blind eye. You keep turning a blind eye. Everybody in that dressing room knows that I'm the best there is, the best there was, and the best there ever will be.
I don't think there's ever been a rivalry that has been talked about as much worldwide as this issue between Bret Hart and Shawn Michaels. And the smart money is that you will never, ever see it again.
Alright, so I said last video I'll show the ratings and kind of where they're at right now so you get a picture of where WCW and WWF were at. And here we go.
Just want you to know that.
F that. If Bret doesn't want to do business, then we need to do business for him.
Okay, so the long and bitter rivalry between Shawn Michaels and Bret Hart would come to an end, but no one expected it to end this way. Survivor Series 1997, one of the most polarizing nights in WWE and wrestling history.
Two of the most dominant, two of the most premier athletes in the history of the WWE are moments away from locking up right here in Montreal.
This is what it's all about. How many times have we heard Shawn Michaels say he won't lay down for anybody? And how many times have we heard Bret Hart say he's the best there is, the best there was, and the best there ever will be? Well, it's time to put up or shut up. One of them will put up, and the other will be shut up.
Well, folks, this is very personal. This match is going to be stiff. It's going to be physical. The competition couldn't be any keener than it is right now.
Let's do this. This is gonna be awesome. Shawn Michaels and Bret Hart for the WWF Championship. So it doesn't look like we're gonna see a Montreal Screwjob in this one. I don't think they're gonna do a cutscene for that. It doesn't appear. But because they said win the match by pinfall or submission. So there is a hidden objective in here somewhere, so maybe that'll be some sort of cutscene related to it. But I don't think we're going to get the full Screwjob cutscene with the sharpshooter and all that. So, but that's okay. Not too surprising. I kind of wasn't expecting all that, but So coming into this match, it was kind of, you know, I guess known that Bret Hart was probably going to WCW, which obviously, you know, was a big deal. I mean, Bret Hart was the WWF champion at the time, was one of the most recognizable superstars in the WWF. Vince McMahon gave Bret Hart like a lifetime contract or 20-year contract or something, and then backed off of it, I think after like a year or so. And so Bret Hart was just ready to go, and he basically didn't want to... oh, Vince McMahon's coming out. Hold on. So Vince McMahon is now out here, according to the commentary. Oh, there he is right there. So Vince is out here, so we at least know that Vince is here, so there's going to be probably something with that. But basically, Bret Hart didn't want to do the job to Shawn Michaels, particularly at Survivor Series. And so, you know, he kind of wanted to do like I think like a no contest or kind of like a gimmicky type of finish. And Vince McMahon wasn't having it, so he basically went behind Bret's back and told Earl Hebner that he was gonna call the match when Shawn got Bret in the sharpshooter, and told Shawn, I guess, that was gonna happen. I think there was a while there where people were kind of trying to figure out whether Shawn Michaels knew or not, because he told Bret Hart he didn't know about it, but I'm pretty sure that he knew, and you know, probably didn't feel great about it. But at the end of the day, you know, business is business, and you know, I'm kind of in the mindset of I do kind of see where Bret was coming from. I know he had heat with, you know, Shawn Michaels in real life, and I believe that Survivor Series was at Bret's hometown, if I'm not mistaken. And you know, he said he was kind of willing to drop the belt like the night after, but at the same time, you know, he was leaving, and you know, knew he was leaving. He appeared on WCW like I think a month later or something like that, so knew he was leaving, got a huge contract from WCW, and knew he was on the way out. And, you know, I'm kind of in the mindset of, if you kind of know you're on the way out, you know, do the business, do the job. But at the same time, you know, he was frustrated with Vince and WWE and everything, so I can certainly see it from both sides. And this is, I would say, the most polarizing night in wrestling history, I would say. If not number one, then number two, number three. It's definitely not far down, but I would say this is probably the most polarizing moment in wrestling history. This is one of those things that, you know, you get to see kind of the business kind of pulled back the curtain a little bit and kind of see some of the other side of it, I think. And it's just kind of interesting to, you know, hear stories about it even now. And there's stories that came out about like some of the leaders in the backstage were really pissed off at Vince after the match, like The Undertaker, and he was, you know, threatening to leave and was, you know, wanted to fight people and throwing stuff. And Shawn Michaels, you know, tell Bret he didn't know about it, and Bret punched Vince, I think. And it's just crazy. It's like one of those things that, you know, people will remember from, you know, years and years from now, because it just doesn't happen very often. But anyway, so that's kind of the Montreal Screwjob. Everyone probably knows that already, and I'm sure some are even more familiar with it than I am. But definitely a crazy moment in time, and I also could see why they may not want to put a cutscene like that in the game. But this match, all we have to do is win this match by pinfall or submission. So that's what it says. There's an objective in here somewhere, but we just have to win this match by pinfall or submission, and we will get it done. So this is the first one that we've had where we're pretty much just playing a match, which is kind of fun. Mix it up a little bit, you know, you're having to always hit these objectives constantly and do all these different things. So it's kind of cool that, you know, there's a thing in here where you just kind of play a match. You know, you're just playing as Bret Hart, and or playing against Bret Hart as Shawn Michaels, and just having a good match here. So I do kind of like that. Listening to some of the commentary as well, they're talking about the future of Bret Hart right now. I wonder if they took some actual audio from the show, the real show, and just kind of, you know, cleared it up a little bit and things like that, because they just blurred out WWF. So I'm wondering if they took out some of the actual commentary. It kind of sounds like they did. We're still getting that hidden objective, so I'm not sure if we're going to have to throw Bret out of the ring to get that potentially, or what. Or if it's just going to pop up, but we will see. So Bret tries to get us in the arm, slaps us down on the reversal. We'll try and get him on the outside of the ring. It's not even letting us go to the outside of the ring right now. Let me see. Okay. I was trying to strong Irish whip him out, and it wasn't working, and I was like, I wonder if they're not letting us leave the ring. Sometimes it'll do that, but we are allowed to leave the ring here. Okay, so we had to probably wait. So we have to perform the sharpshooter on Bret Hart in the ring. So maybe they are going to show it. Maybe they're not going to shy away from it, which would be cool. I mean, listen, it's part of wrestling history at the end of the day. So, and they turned it, you know, into a story. They turned it into, you know, a little bit of a work. So, you know, it's just one of those things. I mean, everyone who plays this game and this mode probably knows pretty much everything about it anyway. So, all right, we'll throw him into there. We'll get back. Yeah, we'll get back into the ring, and we will hit the sharpshooter on Bret. Now we have to get our signature, it appears, to do the sharpshooter, but we should be pretty close, I imagine. At least I would think. We've been doing a lot of damage. At least I feel like we have. Maybe we haven't, but I do feel like I've been doing a pretty good amount here. So I do feel like we should have the signature here soon, but see how it goes as we'll Bret with the back body drop there. Still don't have a signature. I guess, like, some of the other things that we've done, they probably are giving it to you like a little bit sooner to kind of get you on with it, but considering we're having to play like a whole match here, that's probably why I'm not getting it as quickly, I would guess. As we hit Bret with the reversal, and let's see, again, going for another submission here. Again, I'll do the submission. Again, I'm not trying to submit him. I want to see the cutscene with the sharpshooter, but I'll at least do the damage. And there you go, get the signature. Perfect. All right, now we just got to get Bret down on the mat. Certainly easier said than done. All right, come on, here we go. Come on, you got this. Come on, you got this. All right, now Bret gets on the offensive. He's done pretty much nothing the whole match, and now he gets on the offensive. All right, we're going to get out of this here. Yeah, he just has to be on the ground, and we got to hit. Oh, now it's a finish. Okay. Form the sharpshooter on Bret Hart in the ring. Oh, there we go. Alright, so that one was fairly long. I think that I'll keep that at one video. Like I mentioned in the previous one, we're going to kind of see where these are. I might start combining two of them into one video, but we'll just kind of see where we're at with that. But nonetheless, continuing on with the Rise of DX, we have probably like 3 or 4 left. It might shift towards Triple H a little bit. We'll see, but right now, Bret Hart is gone, and Shawn Michaels is now the WWF champion. See you in the next one.